How's it going, guys? My name's Drake, and welcome to day 6 of the 12 Days of Christmas, where we're writing our very own Christmas song. If you haven't seen the first couple days, I will put a link to it down in the description below. Make sure to go check those out. So today we're going to be working on variation for our drums. And the reason we're going to do this is because we already kind of set up a drum loop before, which I have right here at the bottom muted. But now what we're going to do, because we don't want to continuously loop this throughout the whole song, otherwise it'll get boring. So we're going to actually create a variation on this. So this variation we're going to create is actually going to serve as the backing for different sections of our song. And when you transition to different sections of your song, you want to keep something the same so that it's consistent, but you also want to change something so that it stays interesting. So the first thing we have to do is identify a rhythmic motif that we want to keep the same. So we have a lot to work with here. A motif is just the short musical idea that is repeated throughout the song for consistency and to kind of stick in a listener's head. And I think since this is the most unique part, and because it rolls into the next section, we're actually going to use this fill here. So we're going to copy this and put it right up here on this closed hat to start. So the next thing we get to do is decide what drums are going to be playing these notes on this rhythm. And since we start out with the kick, I think we're going to keep that the same because it's really going to hit hard that first note. So we're going to put that on the kick. We're going to keep this one on the hat just to keep that even with this down here. And instead of playing the pedal like it is occasionally on these notes right here, we're actually going to play the snare because it'll keep it even, a steady pulse between the kick and the snare on the first and the third beat, which is pretty common. And then we're going to move this pedal down to a closed and keep that one on a pedal hi-hat. So now that we've got a loop created for our variation, we're actually going to change it a little bit more because right now we're just playing the same thing all the way through, which is going to get very boring very fast, even if it is a new section. So one thing we can actually do is just take away some of the notes. And I think we're going to do that right here on this third measure, just so that the kick and the snare is playing. So it takes away a little bit of the filled space in with the hats, which is actually going to create a little bit more oomph on this fourth measure right here. And then we're going to do the same thing on this seventh measure. Yeah, and that should be good for our drum variation. So if you learned anything today, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave me a comment about what you think about this variation technique, and I will let you guys have a listen through. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for day 7 of the 12 Days of Christmas, where we are writing our very own Christmas song.